It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Bengals and the Bills on Monday night.
We're the Ohio River in the hills of Kentucky, just to our right. We welcome you into Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Cincinnati. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Throwing on the first play from scrimmage, here's Burrow. And his first pass is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. We always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
To the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 54 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as the team tries to get him into a rhythm.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early.
Now they try a lateral, but it doesn't work. It's a loose ball. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They may be getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Going to try and throw on third down. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing on first down is Allen. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After run 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it facing a second and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40, the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So the problem's really starting to add up now. I mean, they tried the field goal in an effort to get a little bit closer, but the block and return make the situation worse.
I like what you just said there. Just trying to get a little bit closer. I think mentally, that's why they were doing it, because really the 3 wasn't going to do them a whole lot of good, but they feel better about themselves now. They feel exponentially worse.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown! Gabriel Davis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. Joe Mixon, and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Allen. And his throw is incomplete. Oh, what a good contest here for our first Monday night game of 2023. Happy New Year, one and all, and thanks for pulling yourself away from all those college bowl games going on. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 63 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
McPherson now for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From midfield, here's Allen. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun, here's Allen. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Bass is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. we've come upon halftime. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, they had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll work this down inside the 30. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and it brings up 4th.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down. Here's Burrow.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's Burrow completing this to Chase.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down.
And connects quickly to Jamar Chase.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burn here. They are out of timeouts now. Before we touchdown Bengals.
Jamar Chase
With his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games happens if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here? They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6.
Back now in Cincinnati. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Allen now on 1st down. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Allen. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Allen. And this one dropped in the end zone. It looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Now Allen, gotta have this one. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll give it to Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Another try for Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead is up to 14. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it all culminated in a touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. 37 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Here's Allen. And that's complete to Davis.
A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League. But fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd have to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Bengals,
they're a win away now from running the table here in the regular season. They moved to 16-0 on the year.